Guys, today we're having a small preview on the test server for patch 8.10, and in this tube we're gonna talk about the object 430 and have some analysis in a gameplay. First of all, the way to get to the object 430 is via the object 416 and then via the object 430 part 2. Well, for me, as an owner of a T62A and an Object 140, basically, the most important question for me is it better or worse than the other two tier 10s? And well, we're gonna see in this analysis if it is worth it. The hit points are pretty much the same. It is a bit lighter than the other two, and it does have the same engine. The speed limit, it goes 55 kilometers an hour. It really does go that fast. So the ground resistance is quite good, and its traverse on the tracks is just a bit lower than the others. The same goes for the third traverse speed. It is 40 degrees a second, and that's the same as the Object 140. So the worst traverse speed of the third combined with the third traverse of the hull combined with the third traverse speed of the turret, it feels a bit sluggish with mobility. It is fast, but just not in the corners. Yeah, it is a test server, guys, so I'm not really gonna say anything about the armor. Spamming premium shells in the server, yeah, they only spammed it. It's horrible. However, I try to use only APCR in this game, so standard shells, to give you a decent preview in what's it gonna be like on the normal server. And yeah, all have a really nice 400 view range, and it does have the radio of the Object 140. Yeah, 730 meters, that's quite okay. Looking a bit closer into the specifics of, like, for instance, the gun, we can see that the gun is not quite the same as the Object 140 and the T62A. It's in every aspect the same, however the rate of fire is just a bit lower and the aiming time is just a bit higher. So basically your DPM is effectively lower. You cannot fire as quick, and you have a bit more time needed to aim. Yeah, turret and engine quite okay, suspension and radio also. So guys, let's take a look at some gameplay and see how this went. Well, it's a test server, of course. We are on Muravanka, and again most of the teams are mediums and the OPTDs. And we're gonna drive towards A1 because on the test server basically you got two kinds of games. One is you're in the bad team and your team will be wiped out within 5 minutes, or B, you're in the good team and you're playing a bit conservative and you're gonna wipe the enemy team. And here you already hear the sizzling of the first heat shell. And yeah, guys, what these guys are thinking, I don't have a clue, but hey, they don't want to make space. So I'm trying to get here in a quite good position, but then the 777 really doesn't want me in that position, so yeah, then go to the perfect double bush spot. And guys, just for the viewers that doesn't know it, we're behind, on this position we're behind a double bush scenario. Well, we hit the turret of the STB-1, it's the new Japanese tier 10 medium. I also reviewed it, or previewed it, and you saw that we bounced a shell on it. And here I really got the feeling that the aim time is just a bit slower than a T62A. That's one of my favorite tier 10 mediums. And yeah, it just fires also a little bit slower. And guys, here I shoot at the lower plate of the FV215B, but really go for these side skirts, like the plates above the tracks. Those are really crap. Yeah, it is a freaking test server. I don't know what he wanted, but basically if he didn't stop, I tried to convince him if he didn't stop I would shoot him. Thank God it worked, and thank God we had a really lucky shot on the lower plate of the mouse there. Well, I'm pretty tired of sniping here. We've done our damage, and our effective damage, and we're gonna go towards the enemy to see how it performs in close combat, basically. Here you can see it really goes fast up towards the top speed. It also loses it pretty fast when you're going up hills. And yeah, here we're gonna see, of course we're gonna pick out the low health point target first. Not gonna waste a shell on him anymore. We're not the heaviest of targets, but yeah, that amount of health you can kill off. That's exactly the spot where you should hit the British tier 10 heavy. And yeah, here we can kill really easily the tier 9 Chinese medium. Here you can see the going up hills. It is quite okay. It is similar to the Object 140. It is a bit faster than the T62A. But the ground resistance, I don't think it's really high. And yeah, driving on the move, shooting on the move, driving on the move is of course really easy. Shooting on the move is also pretty easy, and your gun it doesn't bloom out too much. Well, we know the RT is somewhere here. We hope we can also spot the other RT, which our team can kill off. I didn't have the luck I had in the previous shots, and of course, luckily I do now. Here you can see that I was expecting my reload to be a bit faster. That is because of my many games in the T62A. I thought I had a shot on the RT, and my gun just didn't reload as fast as I'm used to. And guys, I hope this is a bug in the replay. I cannot show my upper frontal plate, but what did happen each and every time on a test server is my upper frontal plate was penetrated. It could be that is because of the enemy only shooting heat, but I'm not 100% sure. I don't think the angle is quite as good as I expected it to be. So guys, let's basically in this game my team kills off the enemy and I stay alive. So yeah, some post-game analysis. We got a lot of experience. That's because of a ×5, but we definitely did some spots, a lot of assisting, and of course also some damage. 1.1k experience, base experience, 3 kills and 3k damage. The rest of the team also did quite nice, and yeah, of course the weapon tracker E100 did a lot of damage. The enemy team, like I said, is a test server. You either are in the good team or a crap team. But this is of course the most interesting part. We fired 19 shots, of which 16 hit, but only 12 penetrated. That's mostly because we had some difficult targets. But I think the gun is just a little bit worse than the Object 140 in a T62A. We received 4 hits and you have 4 pens. It is a test server. And we spotted 5 enemies, damaged 7 and destroyed 3. And we also did a very nice 4k damage upon assisting. So guys, do I think it's worth it to grind the Object for 30? My personal opinion is no. I didn't mention the gun depression. The gun depression is shit. It's similar to the Chinese. The gun itself, the aim time is a little bit worse, and the reload time is a little bit worse, and it just doesn't feel the same for me as a T63 or the Object 140. it does with driving it, but it's just a little bit faster, but also less mobile. So yeah, I am personally gonna grant the Japanese tier 10 mediums, or the Japanese mediums. I already also made a review about that, or a preview about that. I really like it more. I probably will have this tier 10 in the future, but I'm not gonna grind it as soon as it comes out. So guys, I hope you liked this small preview, and I definitely hope to see you soon on Twitch or YouTube.